Okay then, Mrs. Harris's class. Here we go. I hope you're listening well and ready to pay attention. We've got nobody snoozing at the back. We'll check with Mrs. Harris whether that's happening in a minute. So here's our question. We've got 323 divided by 17. I don't really like writing out a question that's written like that. I'd much rather write it as a proper division, really. And for that, I would write that as 323 divided by 17. And then I can say to myself, how many 17s are there in 323? And that's a problem we're going to solve. How many 17s in 323? So let's just write that a minute very quickly. How many 17s in 323? Okay, this is a second chunking question we've done. So let's just think what we did first of all. We need to know how many 17s there are in 323. How many 17s in 323? We know there's at least one, but maybe we can get a bit closer. So let's start writing down some multiples of 17 that we know. Well, we know one 17 is 17. Two 17s, that's not going to be too hard. Two 17s is going to be 17 add 17, which is going to be 20, 34. If I want to know three 17s, I've just got to add up these two numbers. 17, one 17, and two 17s would make three 17s. Easy peasy. Let's add that up. You can either do number line, or we could do column addition. I'm going to go for column addition. Let's just put a 1 there, and say, that's 11, carry the 1, makes 4. So it should be 41. I'm quite happy with that number because I also know that 3 7s are 21, so it should be ending in a 1, and it is ending in a 1. I quite like that. So, I said I quite like that, but I'm just thinking actually 41 can't be 17 more than, it can't be 17 more than 34. I forgot to add that 1 in, didn't I? So that should be 51. So I now know that 3 17s are 51. We could do 4 17s quite easily. 4 17s is going to be double 34, which is 68. I'm now going to do 10 like we did before. So 10 17s, 170. And then 5 17s. Karis is going to help me with 5 17s here. Can we work out what that is? Well, half of the 100 is going to be 50. Go on, Karis, what do you reckon it is? No. Half of the 100 is 50. Half of the 70 is 35. So altogether that is 85. I could have got there by just adding 17 more to the 4 ones. Anyway, what I've now got is my multiples of 17 written out. And this is like my little cheat sheet, really. This is some quick numbers to help me in a minute when I'm going to need them. So, we're working out how many 17s in 323. So let's write down our 323. And how many 17s can we get in there? Well, the biggest number I've got at the minute is 170. So I know 170 will go in there. And that was 10 lots. So 10 lots of 17s, 170. I'm now going to work out, if I take that 170, which is 10 lots, this 170 was 10 lots. If I take that away from my original bit, 323, what's left? And let's see if I can do some better numeracy work than before. 3 takes 0, 3. 2 takes 7, let's do a bit of that. 12 takes 7 is the 5. 2 take 1 is 153. Okay, right. Now then, 153. That's a shame. I can't get 170 into 153, I'm going to have to go smaller. The next smallest number I got is 85. So let's write down 85. 85, we know, is 5 lots. There we go. So if I take 85 out of the 153, let's see what's left. Let's do it. Oh, 3 to... Okay, let's just carry that one from there to be a 4. 13. 13 take 5 is 8. 4 take the 8. Ooh, struggling there. There we go. 14 take the 8 is 6. I'm left with 68. Okay. 68. How many 17s are there in 68? Let's look at my list down here. Whoa, 68 actually is there, and it is 4. So I know that is 4 lots. So there's my 4 there. So I now know I've used up all the numbers in the 123. It was 10 lots, 5 lots, and 4 lots, which makes a total, as Karis is telling me, of 19 lots. And there you go. How many 17s? How many 17s in 323? How many 17s in 323? It's 19. We could check it if you wanted to. Yeah, why not? Let's do a little check. We're doing a little colour here quick. Here we go. We think that 19 times 17 is going to be 123. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 9 is 90. 10 times 7 is 70. 7 times 9, 63. Let's add them up. 100, 90, 70, 63. Add them all up. It's going to end in a 3. 9, 7, 12. Add the 1, 21. Yep, there we go. That makes 323. The job is done. How's that, Karis? Absolutely super. Round of applause. Now, Mrs. Harris, has anyone fallen asleep? Hopefully you haven't, Mrs. Harris. Have you, Mrs. Harris? Wake up.